Hi everyone, Jill Lancet, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in beautiful downtown Greystanes, which is a Sydney suburb. I hope everybody's well tonight. It's well and truly winter here in Sydney, and yes, some lovely crisp days we've been having in amongst the rain. Now, I want to show you the latest in one of our sketches, and the card sketches can be found in the catalogue on page 22. We're looking at card sketch number 9 tonight. Now, this was totally made from scraps. Absolutely bits and pieces that I had lying around, and I'm going to show you how I've created this card. It is this sketch here, sketch number 9. So, just going to pop this light on. Right, that might make a difference. A few weeks ago, I cut out the alphabet, mini alphabet dies. I used some panels of black. This one I don't think I could use, but I put some double-sided adhesive stuff on the back of them, and I've kept this if I need to punch things out. Here's another one that I punched out the circle for tonight's card. It also has double-sided adhesive paper on the back. Here is card sketch number 9. Now, it's slightly different, but this piece here, this black piece, has the alphabet cut out from it. These were just scraps. I just cut them different lengths, different widths, glued them over the top of the actual alphabet cutout. Obviously, I had moved the alphabet. It's one die, so I'd moved it over more to the center. So I was able to have this border around here. And when I was finished, I just peeled off the adhesive and put it straight down onto a white card base. Now, the hello comes from the Saying Something ephemera pack. It's got all these beautiful die cut or laser cut words, etc. I used the gorgeous iridescent flat backed adhesive pearls. I'm not sure whether there will be details tonight. I've had an extremely busy week this weekend, so if you have any questions regarding anything, and I have not put anything in the details, you can ask in the comments or email me right here, and I'll see what I can do to help you out. I'm still not 100% well, so that also has impeded my progress for this weekend. Now, on Thursday, I had shown you this gorgeous kit. I promised that I would make some more cards. So this is the beautiful kit called Expressions of Kindness. You get 4 cards in this design, 4 cards in this design, and the equivalent in envelopes. Now, I made the 2 cards straight from the kit on Thursday night. That's these 2 here. And yeah, they literally only take minutes. Now, kits are fantastic gifts. You can gift them or keep them, or, you know, have them at home for when your kids or grandies are coming over and you've got some activities to do. Likewise, if you're going on holidays. But yeah, everything's included in this particular one, including an ink spot, a little stamp set, and a block, an acrylic block. But I like to think out of the box. This is the box. The box is gone. So what I've done is I've created some cards, extra cards or alternate cards for your card kit, and I'm going to show you how I've done that. Now, I'm sorry this is going to be a bit glary. There's lots of plastic involved here, but I just wanted to bring your attention to an alternative paper source that I have used, and that is the Thoughtful Journey. Now, it's got the same sort of similar colours. Some of them are very, 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 very like the patterns that are in the card kit. You could mix and match these. There's one in particular that's really, really beautiful. That one there. Now look at that one there up against the card. Hope you can see that. So I have used some bits and pieces in this paper pack, but it's beautiful. There's lots of flowers. There's lots of watercolor panels. Absolutely beautiful. It is called Thoughtful Journey, and there are 48 sheets, 6 by 6 in this pack. And yeah, I have used a couple of bits in the alternate ways of making this. So the first thing I wanted to show you besides that was the fact that the beautiful cards, this one in particular, the back of the card has the same gorgeous panel on it. So I thought, why waste that? So I've cut the card in half, and I have made 2 panels. Now I'm going to pop these onto one of our card bases. This one has the gold foiling on it. This one does not, but I'm going to show you how to get the same or almost the similar effect. So I have the back end of this card. Okay, that's how, nope, yeah, that's how it was. Okay, now I've cut it down. I think it is card base matte 2. I think it's matte 2. Let me just check the measurements on this. I'm a bit scatty tonight. So 9.5 by, I think it's 13, well, by 14. Okay, so I've cut it down to fit one of our card bases. Now here's one of our card bases. That is a standard card base. So I would say it's possibly somewhere between matte 1 and matte 2. Now you could just go ahead and mount this onto a card blank and then just finish it as per the kit. Or you could do other things with it, but I'm going to show you an alternate way of using the back panel of this card. So I have a few bits and pieces here, just bear with me. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to put some embossing buddy all over this panel. Now I want to bring this back here because I want to show you some differences that will be with this card. So I've got embossing buddy all over this. I'm going to, rather than use the Blackberry Bliss, I'm going to stamp this with Versamark, and I'm going to emboss it in gold. So I'm going to do these 2 here, and I'm going to emboss those. Now I'm going to put the gold on them now, the embossing powder on them now, because I'm going to be doing some other bits and pieces, and yeah, I don't want to overlap that or smudge it. So it's just on those 2 there. You will see it as soon as I've put it on there though. So this is the first one. So now I'm going to get the crosshatch stamp, and I'm going to do this also in Versamark. And I'm just going to do it here and here. And then I'm going to show you, after I've put the embossing powder on here, I haven't heated it at this stage. So I've just randomly put that crosshatch on there. And now I'm going to show you one of my favourite tricks. This is a gold gel pen. Remember, this card had no foiling on it or anything. So I'm just going to take my gold gel pen and I'm just going to put some random spots here, there and everywhere. And then when I pop the embossing powder on here, you've got to work fairly quickly. It is just a gel pen, okay? You might be able to see it now a little bit clearer. So I'm just going to continue around and just do some random dots. It is just an ordinary everyday gel pen. But it gives the same effect. And I think it's lovely. It's like spattering of gold. So I'm just going to, and then I'm going to heat this and you will see the gold come to life. I think that's plenty. We'll just pop that over there. Now I'm going to let my heat gun warm up for just a minute. So please just bear with me. Now you want your heat gun relatively hot. Now I never tire of seeing this. Never. Can you see that gold, the spotting? And I've just put some splashes of gold here and there. And I've virtually copied the front of the card. Now I'm going to put this alongside the original card front that had the gold foiling on it. And now we've got accents of gold on this. So I can do exactly the same thing and make this the same as I would have if I was doing the kit card. So here's the kit card. Rather than have the, I could have put that on there if I wanted to. I can still do it on this panel. This panel I have made my own gold accents. This one's already printed on there. This one is already printed on there. So I've now created two card fronts from one card from the kit. This is the kit card. This is where I have taken these two panels from. So I can now make two cards with that one card panel. So that's the first alternative card. Now I can put these onto a Berry Burst card base. That will give that a lift. I can put it on a plain white one. So, yeah. Now, the next card that I made, well, actually, I made more than one. I made this card, and I made this card, and I got 4 labels that I just cut myself from this one envelope. Now I can replace that with a normal envelope, just a plain envelope, but I'm going to show you how I have created this. So take your envelope, and this is gorgeous. To me, that was a shame that that was an envelope, but anyway. So what first thing I did was I've put it through so that the flap is going through my little guillotine, and I've lined it up so that first of all I'm going to cut just this side of the score. The score is just there, so I'm cutting this, and I've cut the flap off. Now I'm going to move it over just a smidge and cut the score off again. Cut the score off this side now. And that's rubbish. Now I am turning the envelope around, okay? And I just want to, well, actually this is the front, okay? This is the front. So now I've got a straight cut there. I want to come across and literally take a sliver down each side and across the bottom. I'm trying to get as much of these panels as I can. So now I'm going to show you what I've got. And I've literally cut slivers. So now I have from my envelope, I have this flap, I have a front panel, I have this back panel. Now this back panel is curved and it's on the lean, so I need to trim this down. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. So I have a straight edge across the bottom. I'm going to cut. If you notice here, it tapers across and then it curves. So I want to cut from there. Before it curves, I want to cut across there. So I'm going to put this back in here with my straight edge across the top. I can pretty much see where I want to cut this. So I want to cut it there. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now I'm lining it up on this line here just so that I can maintain a straight edge, and I need to go in. A bit. So I'm going to cut that off. So I've cut off the two sides. And now I'm going to bend this back, and then trim them. Just with my snips. So I folded them back so that they're not showing, and I'm just snipping those bits off. Then I'm going to show you what I've done with these bits and pieces. Okay, this card here is this panel here. Again, I have used my gel pen to create some spots. I've stamped the center of the thistle flower, whatever you want to call it, and I've heat embossed that in gold. Now that is going straight on that card like that. This section here, I did have to trim it down a bit further to fit a card base, a standard card base. So you would do it size mat 1, whatever that is in your country. I have embossed it with the Versamark and the gold embossing again, just randomly. I've done my own dots. I did do some lines down these leaves, optional. So that's those two panels. That is the panel from the envelope. This is the other panel from the envelope. Out of this piece here, I cut out 4 labels. I did them in strips. I did one wider than the other strip, so that I could get 4 labels. 2 I did in Blackberry Bliss, 2 I did in Gold Emboss, and then I went around the edges with the Versamark, dipped it in the gold embossing powder and heat set that. That is 1 envelope, and I've got 2 labels left over. So from 1 envelope, the beautiful envelope, I got these 2 cards. I had to put this on a white, basic white card, and this one on a Blackberry Bliss card. So that's from our envelope. I forgot to count how many cards there were altogether. Now this set of cards is from the other envelope, which is rather plain, but nonetheless, it's a lovely, got some beautiful flowers on it. So this card here is some of that gorgeous paper from the, what was it called? Thoughtful Journey. I think it's the back of this sheet here. And I have just put a panel of that on here. This is the envelope flap. I cut the envelope exactly the same way. Okay, so this is the envelope flap. I have opted to put that on the front of this card. It's just got a piece of ribbon on it. I use these beautiful Petunia Pop, what are they called? Hang on. Adhesive backed pearl trio. And there's Calypso, Coral, Misty Moonlight and Petunia Pop. I've used the Petunia Pop ones. This is the ribbon that comes in the kit. You will have oodles over. You could use some of the scraps to put on the inside of the card. So that is that one. The other pieces of this card, oops, let me see. The other pieces of this card, I cut this panel into 2 triangles. I will make 1 card from this just to show you. Now I have cut out a piece of Blackberry Bliss. I have a piece of the beautiful Designer Series paper. I'm going to put all of this together. I'm going to put this onto a white card base. Just bear with me. And I'll show you what I've done here. Let me just make sure that's correct size. Yep. So before I do anything, I die cut these out from the inside. I also die cut 4 of these labels out of the back part of this envelope. It is just plain, but it has a texture on it. I'm not sure if you can see the texture. So I've managed to cut 4 labels out. Now I've got that piece here because I'm going to do some stamping and I've got it set up. So this is the back part of the envelope. I die cut 4 labels out and I will do some stamping with those. But I want to show you what I've done here. I also cut some strips out, some scrap strips of the Blackberry Bliss. I didn't have them long enough, but it doesn't matter because you're going to see what I'm going to do with these. So I'm going to pop all these. So you could make 2 cards out of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this Designer Series panel. This is mat 1. I think this is mat 2. And I'm going to cut this in half diagonally, which is what I did with the envelope. So I just want to go from point to point. Now I hope you can see this. Now it doesn't matter if you're slightly off, and I'll tell you why. Because we're going to cover this over. So 1 panel we're going to get 2 cards out of. the envelope we're getting 3 cards out of. So this is how I saw this happening. This is how I saw this coming together. I'm going to glue this onto here like this. I'm going to glue this bottom part from the envelope on here like this. So I'm just going to get that sorted. So just bear with me, this glue's just about ready to run out. Oops. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue. I do have another one ready to go. Yep, it's gone. I feared as much. So I'm just going to pop some glue in the middles here. And you get 2 pieces. One will go this way and the other will go in the opposite direction, because your one piece of paper is directional. So I'll show you that in just a minute. Now I'll pop some glue on this. Don't forget, this is envelope. This is from the envelope. Now I'm going to do my best to line them up, but as I said, it won't matter a great deal if they're not, because I am going to put, now I'm going to glue that onto our card front, and it will be a landscape orientation. Okay, make sure your card opens the right way. There we go, that's on our card base now. I think I should have cut these off first. Never mind. I'll just cut the corner off that. Where's my scissors? Just cut that. Hopefully that will be okay. Looks all right. And then with the other one, I'm going to overlap them. So I'm going to put this label on here. And yep. Okay. So depending where I want the join for this, these 2 pieces that were purely scraps, depends how short they are, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to pop that one there like that. Doesn't matter if it overlaps slightly. I'm going to put the label somewhere here. I don't want it totally to be in the center. I want it over a little bit. So I can just overlap these 2 just like this. So this one's already sticking a little bit, and most of this is scraps. So let's pop that one there like that. It just finishes it off, and we'll put this one down here. Just make sure you've got it going the right way before you put your glue on it. Yeah, I've had a really big weekend. I went to an Elvis tribute show on Friday night. I'm getting too old for these late nights, I can tell you right now. Now, so that even though there's a gap there, don't worry about that, because we're going to be covering it over with this. So yeah, I went to an Elvis tribute show, and then Saturday I had one of my card making classes, and then Saturday night my little granddaughter slept over. and she went home this morning. I'll have her again tomorrow. And yeah, it's hectic. Now, I've set this up. This is where I just die cut these pieces from, as you can see. And then I've set these stamps up so that I can stamp 3 greetings, whichever ones I want. So I have "You're in my thoughts today" with "Deepest sympathy. Sometimes there are no words." I think I'm going to go "You're in my thoughts." So I'm going to pop that in there. Oh, not that one, this one. Just going to pop that in there. I've got my little ink spot. I'm going to, which one is it? Oh, "You're in my thoughts." I went the wrong way. Okay, so I'm just inking this up. And this is a good way if you want to do repetitive stamping. You cut it out first, and then you keep the negative area, and then you just pop your little die cuts back in and stamp as many as you need. So that one there I will use for this card. Excuse me. I'm just going to clean that. I do have 2 that I just inked up, one by mistake. So I've just cleaned those. And we'll pop this together now. So I have this, I'm going to glue this on here, and it fits quite lovely. It fits quite well. So a bit of glue in the middle of this, just a little bit. And I'm going to line this up. That looks pretty good. And I think I'm going to pop that up just like that with some dimensionals. Now, "You're in my thoughts" could mean a multitude of things. I like that as a generic greeting. You know, you're in my thoughts because it's your birthday. You're in my thoughts because something, you know, untoward happened to you. And I just want to let you know that I'm thinking of you. So let's pop this on here. There's no ribbon. There's just these beautiful, beautiful flowers, and they go so well. Now I want to cover up this, so I really only need to cover up about that much. I think that's about where I want it. I think it's straight. And I might use more of those little petunia pop pearls. I like them. I think they're really nice. So I think we basically have to have 2 down in this section here. I never know where to put them. There we go. And we'll put 1 up here in this section here. Now that is made from this half of the envelope panel and the other half of this panel. Now don't forget, we cut these die cuts out of the back of this panel here, and the labels came from the back. The flap of the envelope, we've turned it into another card here. So I got 4 labels out of that. So obviously the other card would go in the opposite direction, if you can imagine that. And you could put the label wherever you like. So that's that card. Now the other card that is in the kit is this one here. It is the blue watercolor splash, and I wasn't sure what to do with that. And then once I'd done that one, I thought, why not do the same thing? But this time I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on the actual panel itself. I've got some bits and pieces here. I'm going to cut this in half. This is the other side of the card. So this is the back. This is the front. I've cut it to the panel size that I want, and then I've diagonally cut it. I have yet to cut this one because I wanted to show you how to cut it diagonally again. So once you have it to the size that you want, you just go from corner to corner. Again, we're going to disguise the join, so it doesn't matter if it's not 100%. Now this time I'm going to trim it down. And again, I've cut 4 labels out of the piece that's going behind it. So I'm going to glue this onto here. I'm going to glue this piece onto here. And then we will disguise the join. So I'll just pop a bit of glue here in the middle and down the long side of each of these, not across the center. So bit of a border, bit of a nice little border there. And then I'm going to do the same with this piece. Sometimes, to think outside the box requires a lot of thinking. And, yeah. So, there we are. Now, I've got these 2 little pieces and I'm going to glue them straight on. And I will butt these ones up to one another because I can just trim them off. Now, whether you put them on that side or whether you put them on this side, I'm going to actually, hang on, I need to stamp on here. I have a stamp set up for this stamp, but I don't have to use the Stamparatus or whatever. I can just stamp this with a block. So I'm going to use this beautiful stamp, the, oh gosh, what's it called? Poised Peonies. Poised Peonies. I'm never quite sure whether I'm saying that the right way or not. Where's my block? Here it is. And I'm going to stamp this in the Blackberry Bliss as well. Now, you could, gold emboss these as well. I'm just trying to tie in the Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to pop this one down here like that. And I'm also going to stamp this stamp here. Or you could stamp Thinking of You. I might do Thinking of You. Yeah. I'll do that in Blackberry Bliss as well. This is very juicy, this Blackberry Bliss. Now you could put it on an angle like that. You could have it going straight. It's totally up to you. I think I'll pop it like that. Beautiful. Now, if you wanted to, you could take your blender pen and you could move some of this colour around like we did the other day. Where is my blender pen? I can just move some of this colour and just give this a beautiful pale look about the flower. I just love it. It's just a delicate colour. And all I'm doing is just sort of like picking up the ink that's already on there. I did this in a video a couple of weeks ago, probably only one of the last ones that I did. So I've coloured the flower without actually even colouring it. I'm just moving the colour around. Then I can pop these on here. I can just glue these on here. Let me just see which side looks best. I think I'll put it on that side of it. If you find a formula that works, why change it? Oh, hang on. No, I can't do that because... Oh dear. No, I've done it wrong. Doesn't matter. We'll do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. This is how things evolve. They evolve from some giant mistake that I've just made. That's usually how it happens anyway. But as they say, there's no mistakes. They're just different design options. There we go. Now I can trim that off from the back. Trim it off that way. Trim it off that way. And trim this one. And you can see all the bits and pieces that we've cut out of it and everything. Now that can go onto a white card as well. And I'm still going to decorate this, so never fear. I might put some of this gold trim. This one is an online trim. Now you've got cream and gold on one side and totally gold on the other side. I might just pop that around there like that. I'll put some seal along the back. Oh, if I can get it going. Hang on. Hold on. Hold your horses, honey. There we go. And I'll pop this around with the gold showing. So there we go. Oh, it doesn't want to work. Hang on. I'm going to put a bit of seal just here, just so that it sticks to it. I'm going to tuck it under. I can trim that bit off there if it looks a bit weird. And then I'm going to do the same thing in this corner, just a little bit of seal. Oops. I'm going to fold that under there and snip that off. Now, if that does not want to stick, which this one has not, probably because I didn't put enough seal in the right spot. There we go. There we go. Now I can do a little bow with that. I'll just pop this on here. Yep. So we'll glue that on. And that is effectively another 2 cards because we still have the other 2 parts of it. And I could have put that greeting on a label like I did with the other one, which would have been better, I think. Don't you love it when it all doesn't come together? that's good enough. Now I can put some glue dot underneath this ribbon. The best thing to do with a glue dot when it's not, take your pick. Oh, where is it? I just had it. Oh, here it is. Stop looking. Is take your glue dot and just sort of fold it over onto itself. And just roll it like that. Now I can pop that under there. That's going to hold that there. Doesn't want to stick down here, but anyway, that's okay. And I can make a bow, a gold bow if I want to, and pop that on there as well. So this is a fairly generic card because Thinking of You covers a lot of occasions. Oops. And I think I'm just about done with some alternatives now for this card kit. I just have to check. So I can put this bow along here if I want to. I can put it underneath Thinking of You. I think I'll put it there like that. Another glue dot, another glue dot. And that's another card made. Now I could have put these labels on. I could have stamped that and put that across that one, popped it up of course, but yeah, these are just ideas to get you thinking about different ways of using them. Now I'm going to put them all out here and you can have a look at them all. Please let me know which one you think is your favorite. Let me know also if you think you'd like to have a go at this, because yeah, challenge your brain, challenge the way you think about things. Here's some of our labels that we have left over. This is the original from the card kit. This is the alternate that I have made. Of course, you can put some of the gold, beautiful gold gems on there, which I might do if I've got them handy. I think it does need a bit more gold to accentuate the gold ribbon. So we've got little ones and big ones. Oops, that big one doesn't want to be cooperative. And we'll pop a little one over here as well. So that just finishes that off. So original card, front and back. I can make 2 cards out of this one card by cutting that up. This card here uses a piece of the Designer Series paper plus the envelope panels. Here are the opposite sides. I used labels that I die cut out of the extra bits of card behind here and the extra bits of the envelope here. So that's from that one. I cut a second card front from this one card, and I have put my own gold embossing on it, so I can create 2 cards from one card from the original. This one is also part of this envelope that we cut up here. And these 2, so out of this one envelope I have created 3 cards. I've created this card here, this card here, and this card here, and I have 2 labels left over. So think outside the box. If you have any questions, please email me and I'll try and answer that if I can. But you've seen how I've done this, so you might be able to have a go at it. So I don't know how many cards that ends up making out of your original kit, but yeah, it's more than what's in the box. So give this a go. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is something you'd like to do, and let me know which one is your favourite. So I'll just pop these around and you can have a little look at them before I close for tonight. Thanks so much for sharing your evening with me. I know it was a long one, but yeah, I had a lot of things to do tonight. Thank you so much. Take care. See you on Thursday. Bye for now.